there is a very vibrant IPO market, a lot of opportunities for one to look at, isn't it?
Well, yes, IPO market is indeed flooding currently, as a couple of them have already opened, some have opened today, and some are expected to open in this particular week. So this week, IPO action is full packed. So let's understand which are the companies that where the opportunities lies, how are the valuations stacking up, and we'll also get an expert take on that. And with this, let's go across to my colleague Sharad, who is joining us with all those details. So Sharad, firstly, take us through the list of IPOs that are in focus this week.
Well, almost 8 IPOs are something which we'll be discussing, and this is a lot primary market action happening.
So
of course,
you've been having busy week, isn't it? Week after week has been very busy for you.
We could say a busy month.
Yeah, exactly.
So many IPOs coming in, almost 40 mainboard IPOs we have been tracking. And just to put it in perspective, the second day of subscription, of course, yesterday there were 3 mainboard IPOs coming in. RBZ Jewellers, 33 times it was subscribed. Muthoot Microfin, 95% at the end of day 1. And also Suraj Estate Developers, roughly 78% was subscribed on the first day itself. Now, of course, their numbers have increased over the last half an hour, and we will give you updated numbers as the day goes by. Also, 3 important mainboard IPO issues opening today. Happy Forgings, they raised around 303 crore rupees from anchor investors such as Fidelity. IPO prices ranging between 808 to 850 rupees per share. IPO size 1000 crore. RBZ Jewellers, 21 crore anchor raise coming in. It's a small IPO of roughly 100 odd crore rupees. While for Credo Brands Marketing, which is basically the brand having Mufti Jeans as its main customer, they are having 165 crore rupees of anchor investors coming in with the name of Morgan Stanley and family office such as Shubhkam Ventures. The IPO size is 550 crores and the IPO pricing that's ranging between 266 to 280 rupees.
All right, so those are the slew of IPOs actually that we are expecting today. But like you said, it's been a busy month. We have had a lot of IPOs, but given the fact that all these IPOs are coming, which one actually stacks better than the other? What are the valuations like? What is something that would make an investor go and invest in a particular counter that actually the IPO that is opening for subscriptions?
Well, it's a very interesting take. You keep on applying for a lot of IPOs, so a lot of fund gets blocked. So first of all, that also comes back to the investors, and now we'll just look at the valuations of the top 5 main board IPOs which we have picked up. And if you look at it, Happy Forgings is having almost a 25.2 times forward P ratio. That is roughly cheaper than its peers. If you look at Credo Brands and RBZ Jewellers, that has also been relatively cheaper priced in the IPO from the merchant bankers. And on the higher side or slightly on the inline side, you could look at it, it's a big IPO coming in is Muthoot FinCorp, almost 1.7 times price to book ratio, and Suraj Estate, that is ranging between 30 to 35 times. So of course, a lot of options coming in for investors, but there is also one more take. There are 2 other IPOs also actually coming up, and that is something which we'll be also watching out for. The first one is being Azad Engineering. It's a company in aerospace component manufacturer. The IPO issue dates open from tomorrow. The IPO size is roughly 740 crore rupees, and the pricing is coming between 499 to 524. And even to keep us busy on Friday, we are having Innova Captab. Over here also pharma companies dealing in CDMO and branded generics, and the IPO size is roughly 570 crore rupees.
All right, so those are the list of IPOs opening this week and how they stack up when you talk about the valuation, Sharad. And like you said, yes, it's been a very busy month given its year end, giving its festive season. I'm sure that those who are applying for these IPOs would not be able to shop, isn't it? Given the fact that every week you have so many IPOs and you're blocking funds for it, isn't it? But then I believe the fact that we've seen what a spectacular return Irida has given, or even Tata Tech, for the matter of fact, must be actually tempting investors, isn't it?
Well, yes, it's very tempting, but there's a word of caution also. There's a lot of euphoria also in the markets. Right. So do consult your financial advisors, as well as, check your, pockets, how much you can allocate. And of course, keep some for your gifts and, year-end parties as well.
Absolutely. A word of caution coming in, a word of advice coming in from Sharad. Thank you so much, Sharad, for taking us through all of those crucial details. And if you're wondering which one stacks better than the other, let's ask our experts. Actually, we have Kunal Bothra as well as Rajesh Agarwal joining us on the show. Yes, Kunal will not be talking about the IPO market, but I will ask Rajesh. And Rajesh, yes, you have almost 8 of them this week, IPOs, and this month itself, what spectacular amount of actually listings also we've seen. What should investors do? Do you feel there's a euphoria in the IPO market? Like Shara said, you should be a bit cautious and think about where you're going to actually subscribe, or which one should you subscribe to? Or do you think you should just try your luck?
Good morning, Shail. Good morning, Srishti. Good morning, Kunal. You said it right. IPO market is hot. It's witnessing a surge in activity. I would say exuberance. 8 main board IPOs and 4 SME IPOs. That makes 12 IPOs in this week only. And the way things are moving on, I am a bit concerned about this because people are not looking at valuations or fundamentals or anything. What they are looking is every day they are calling for GMP, what the gray market premium, and they are going to subscribe to that. If the gray market premium is higher, they are subscribing it more. This is very dangerous, I would say, because just looking at GMP is not going to give you any direction where to invest and where not to invest because gray market premiums are on various other parameters rather than on fundamentals. And the second one, which investors keenly look at, is anchor book. So if the anchor book is with big names, they go to subscribe. Uh, they don't think that whether the anchor is going to stay for a very long period of time and what is your time horizon, what is their risk appetite, what is your risk appetite. These things are to be taken into concern. And the kind of figures which we are seeing in the number of subscription, 96 times oversubscribed, 93 times, if I'm not wrong, oversubscription in DOM, 61 times in Inox, and 33 times something like in India Shelter. And in SME, you have subscription ranging into 500 times, 400 times. That's the sheer dangerous, I would say. People should be very cautious. Subscribe to only those issues which are very good on fundamentals. Even if you don't get listing gains, at least you can keep it them on in your portfolio. Nowadays, people are just subscribing to have listing gains. We have seen what happened in Ireda or Tata Technologies. So I would say be cautious. Don't look at GMPs, go for good quality names. As far as this week is concerned, I think Muthoot and Credo Marketing, which is a company for Mufti brand, are two better options out of these 8.
Okay, so that's the take coming in on the IPO world. A lot of opportunities there, but it feels like it's a bit of euphoria and a word of caution coming in from Rajesh. And he also shared his topics in which Credo Brands is something that he's looking forward to. But Rajesh, let me ask you on Irida. This particular IPO has seen blockbuster listing, and after the listing itself, the money has almost doubled. What's your take on the valuations as of now for Irida? What sort of a growth potential do you see? And what should investors do? The ones who have already gotten good amount of profits in this one, any advice for them?
For a long term, it's a good stock to be into it. But for a short term or medium term, I think valuations are very stretched. Where yes, the fundamentals are good. They're into renewable energy financing and all. But look at the valuation of PFC and REC, which are almost comparable to IREDA. Yes, they are. IREDA is more into renewable energy and PFC REC into a mix of that. But still, the valuation of PFC and REC is much, much cheaper than what IREDA is quoting at right this point of time. So anybody thinking of buying new stocks, I would say wait for some time, let things settle down, and then go ahead. PFC and REC are in a better position than IREDA on valuation parameters, although IREDA is also a good company for a long term. So if you're thinking of staying in the stock for maybe 2 years, 3 years down the line, well, IREDA can be bought at dips, not at this point of time.
So this is a note for all of our viewers. We kind of anticipated that we'll be getting this query because we've been getting day in and day out whether they should be actually investing in IREDA right now. And according to Rajesh, now is not the right time. But if you are looking to invest in this one for the long term, wait for dips.